On today's DVD spot, we're going to be looking at what I believe to be the best Superman cartoon of all time. We're going to be looking at the Ruby Spears Superman animated series. And that's right, I've said it. This is, in my opinion, the greatest Superman cartoon of all time. We've received actually several Superman animated series right from the beginning. The Max Fleischer Superman series. There was a Superman series back in the 60s. The Superman animated series, which I think many of us grew up with. But a lesser known animated series of Superman, we have the Ruby Spears Superman series. And I don't think many people remember watching this. It came out in about mid to late 80s, and as quickly as it came out, it got bad times. I remember it on Saturdays, and the series just got no love whatsoever. As you can see, it was only released for 13 episodes, and then they pulled it. And from the 90s all the way up to now, we never saw any release of this on DVD. Finally, they have released it on DVD, so thank goodness for that. But like I said, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, animated series for Superman of all time. The intro, actually, if you watch the series, I think the intro, you'll notice right off the bat, it's very epic. And I really don't like the Superman animated series theme. But the Ruby Spears here relies on a similar score to the original Superman series, the Superman movies. It has the John Williams score for the intro. Very grand. And if you've seen the series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's got the more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. All the while it's got the dent in the background. Awesome. Now, I will say the one thing about this series that the Superman animated series, I think, was a lot better with, was utilizing characters from the Superman mythos and Superman story. While the animated series has Parasite, Metallo, Brainiac, of course, Darkseid, the Ruby Spears Superman cartoon unfortunately did something a little bit different. And it relied on... They made up a lot of the villains that Superman fought in the cartoon. And instead of getting common characters like Brainiac, Darkseid, Metallo, Parasite, we had, alien... banged my camera here. We had alien refugees who try to conquer the Earth. We have space pirates, giant gorillas. We've got, I think there was a guy named Bone Crusher, or Skull Crusher, I think. And he could make inanimate objects real. But, yeah, the only downside to the series was that it relied so much. They tried to do something different, and you weren't treated to any cool Superman villains that you know and love. The animation, though, was fantastic, and I loved the animation in this series. It's like the old school animation. Some episodes are poorly animated, unfortunately. There was the episode with Wonder Woman, very badly animated. The voice work is top notch in it. Michael Bell, for those who remember G.I. Joe, the voice of Duke, he does the voice of Lex Luthor. The actor that they've got for Superman and Clark Kent, awesome. Lois is done perfectly. It's a great series, and it's a shame this series didn't last longer. It's a real shame as well that this series didn't bring in some of Superman's more well-known villains. The way they handled Clark Kent was fantastic. He was mild-mannered. Superman wasn't a wimp. It's just a shame that... And every episode ended with the Clark Kent family album. Not really something I really enjoyed, but you got to see Clark Kent growing up and getting into trouble and everything else like that. But again, this Superman series comes out. It's 13 episodes only. It's 2 discs. It has a featurette. Not really much to it though. But the set's been out for a bit. I would say well worth picking up. If you guys like the Superman animated series and you want to see like a slightly different interpretation of Superman, you definitely should check out Ruby Spears' Superman. And I'm sure people will comment down below, that the animated series was far better than this. But animation-wise, music-wise, the voice actors, I think the Ruby Spears' Superman is much better than the animated series. And that's just my opinion though, but so I would say well worth picking up, guys. You definitely need to check out, give it a try, Ruby Spears' Superman. And this concludes a DVD spot. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.